Okay, so we have a Friday puzzle today, and with that, we have the Blaufränkisch. This is a wonderful Austrian wine. It's dry red, but it's very aromatic and fruit berries, right? Lots of berries on the nose, light and airy, and not too terribly deep in color. No evidence of sediment or gas, and a delightful finish. So let's wind down with our crossword today, why don't we? Okay, so jumping into our grid, we have beaming. Beaming. I have no idea what the beaming could be all about, so let's take a look here. Caption in a comparison ad. Before, after. Before, after. Well, before would be too long. After would be just right. Kind of crazy to just take a shot off, right over the bow like that. But let's take a look and see what we got. Okay, so word with tie or fly. I'm going to go with rod on that one. I don't do a lot of fishing, but when I do, it's via a fly rod. And I do tie my own flies. It's been a long time. And I also shave, file down the barbs. I don't want to hurt the trout. Okay, so beaming. Again, with an A that's maybe right, considering rod fell in there so easily. Wind up alone. Fuzzy exotic pet. No idea. Ruler often seen in a robe. Well, we've got an E. Let's go with an Amir. And Amir. Now what do we got? May blank. Me blank. May. Okay, Spanish for my name is Me llamo es Cristobal. Me llamo es Cristobal. Me llamo Cristobal. Sensational. I don't know. Let's see. Lead. No. Blank, explain things to me. Influential 2014 essay collection by Rebecca Solnit, and that is Men Explain Things to Me. Question of legitimacy? No. Blank and the Good Book 1958 jazz album, and that is Louis. Now that I am a fan of. It's in my playlist, Spotify, and I think I even have the CD somewhere. Monthly with a palindromic name. The only monthly publication I can think of with a palindromic name off the top of my head is Elle magazine. So maybe, I'm sure there's one called Co-op or something. I don't know. Let's see. Fly. I don't know. Okay, so beaming. Looks like it could be all smiles, and if that's the case, then we got lucky up here in the Northwest. Wind up alone. No. Sensational. That might be lurid, perhaps. And lead. No. Wind up alone. Maybe that's a wind up alone. So if that's, that could be a flute, for example. Question of legitimacy. Fly could be soar. If you wonder what I'm doing, I was wondering if a flute solo would work in there, and I think a lead would be the star. So, and it looks like a fuzzy exotic pet is a tarantula. I don't really think of them as fuzzy or exotic. I think of them as scary as all get out. Spiders. Classified in levels. Overwhelming and needing time for consideration. Suck it. Okay. No idea what that is. Like some teenagers in pasta. Boily, greasy. Sounds of melodrama. At stake. DC Comics weapons, one of which can be seen at the Smithsonian. Passes with ease. Mideast capital. Performed by the whole ensemble in music. I do believe that is a tutti. Tutti. And it looks like we're getting, let's see, classified in levels. So I'm going to go with hierarchical. Hierarchical. Signed by a highway exit, maybe gas. Hens but not roosters. No, don't know. Suck it, no. Like some teenagers and pasta. Does this be saucy? At stake. Let's take a chance. On the line. On the line. DC Comics weapons with. I bet that's like that boomerang that Batman's got. It's like the Batarang or something. Sounds of melodrama. I'm gonna go with sobs. And that kind of opens us up to the Batarang. I didn't know it was in the Smithsonian, so why not? Okay, so passes with ease. So maybe sales by, if that's a B, where a flask might be kept in the lab, in the laboratory. We got like the Lilliputians. This is a T, one of the Jackson brothers. I'm going to go with Tito Jackson, and that would make this tiny. And sales by. Okay, I feel better about this. We're getting somewhere. Suck it, no idea. Mideast capital. I'm thinking Yemen and Sana'a. Suck it. Hens but not roosters. Oh, that's I don't like that. Layers. You should have used something funny like, how that one fella dresses that was, can't remember his name for the life of me, but he always wears like 4 shirts, and he worked for the Trump campaign or something. Yoga pose with arms extended and legs folded over the head is called the plow. I can't imagine how anybody can do that type of contortioning. It's court ruling, good words, so to speak. Natural necklace, going with the lay. Overwhelming and needing time for consideration. So it seems like it's a lot, something a lot. So put that there. I think this makes our court ruling a let in tennis. Good words, so to speak. Hallmate. Oh, Hall & Oates. Okay, Hall & Oates. I heard they didn't actually get along or something. First president to own a car would be Taft. I remember when I was a kid hearing that he got stuck in a bathtub once. He was so fat. Frequent conspiracy subject, going to go with UFO. And that would have been a tough one if I didn't have anything on the downs because, gosh, CIA, NSA, a lot of 3-letter conspiracy stuff out there. Overwhelming and needing time for consideration. I'm going to go with a lot to unpack. I mean, why not? And good words, so to speak. Trend for unengaged employees. That's something quitting. I was just reading something about the blank pasa, que pasa, que pasa. So good words. I mean, maybe plugs, I'm plugging a wine. O on a letter. And this is me kissing you, X's and O's, so that would be a hug. And question of legitimacy. Oh, you can't do this without a snarky voice. Is that a thing? Is that a thing? Okay. Is that a thing? It's a blast. Big container going vat, going all vat. Is vat a thing? High-speed commuter option. Oh, what is the name of that set? Gosh, I cannot remember for the life of me. It's like a East Coast Amtrak thing, something. I just heard the president talking about it. It seems. Facial concealer, going with a veil, and bacon or pancetta. Acela, I can't remember how to pronounce it, so that just came to me, and it's a blast would be a gale, as in a gale force wind. And now I recall the trend for unengaged employees is quiet quitting. Quiet quitting. Waffles, tasty waffles. Twist. Maybe curl? Grumpy towards? Curmudgeonly doesn't fit there. These might help people take deep breaths. Don't throw it all on the line here. How about aqua lungs, which now makes me thinking Jethro Tull. Speaking of flute solos, right? I think Ian Anderson was the flautist and lead singer of Jethro Tull. Bacon or pancetta would be cured meat or pork. I don't know, but it looks like we got our curl up here on 35 across. Let's get that in then. Twist, curl, social media influence, Addison. No idea, but I'm going to go with Ray because it looks like it's spelled out there. We'll see. Pops. I'm going to think this is probably the old man, which has now got me thinking Pawn Stars. The Traveling Wilburys or Crosby, Stills, Nash and Young, and looks like that super group trying to come out of there. And please tell me this is an int. We're going to go J.R.R. Tolkien, I hope. Invention originally used as yellow dye in brief. No, that's TNT. Southern city that was once home to Black Wall Street, and that's Tulsa. And that's a really sad story. If you don't know about the Tulsa massacre, I would highly recommend you do some research on that. It's just absolutely mind-blowing that could have happened in the 20th century. Lena of Alias. Now, my Shotzi's not in here with me, or she'd be able to tell me that for sure, but I think exposure units are rads. Break into bits. Stephen Sondheim's The Worst Pies in London, and that was from Sweeney Todd. And so I think break into bits is be to parse. Parse in there. And let's see. Gives out. So maybe meats out. And it looks like we got cured pork in here. So instead of cured meat, bacon, or pancetta, it'd be cured pork. Conceited sorts are snots. I've been accused of that. Match up. Agree. Grumpy towards, so maybe cross at. And that would make this tisks. So disdainful sounds are tisks. Yes, that works. Yeah, not the most challenging Friday, is it? In concert. Is this an S? Place for a ring. Place for a ring. Track selection. I'm going to go with lane here because I really want to put lobe here, and we'll have to do our cross and down checks to make sure we're not smoking the collective crack pipe here today. Philippine island that's home to Iloilo, and that is Panay, and I'm trying to make sure I remember how to spell that. I think it's a Y. Scrooge to Donald Duck. Baby Bat is a pup. Uncle Scrooge. Donald Duck. Okay, got it. Some spa treatments. Looks like it's going to be peels. And again, I always wonder if it's EA or EE. I think it's all because this right here looks like in concert, which would be all at once. And it makes a spin around a dance floor. And so I guess this would be a disco ball. And that would make Lena Olin or Lena Olin of Alias. I don't know. Okay, one-sided dice would be snake eyes. And what do we got here? Oh, place for a ring would be a toe. Well, and then, so how do we do, Bob? You can actually see. So we did a Saturday puzzle or a Friday puzzle in 1536. Kind of got chopped in half there. So yeah, cool. All right. So not the most difficult Friday ever, but it was still a lot of fun. I know I enjoyed it very much. So, hey, it is what it is. And as always, have some wine. Wind down with the crossword. Break out the app or, break out the analog version of the Friday puzzle and do it with me. Let's see. Let's do these things together while we wind down with the New York Times crossword. Until later, au revoir. Auf Wiedersehen. Arrivederci. 안녕히계세요. Que tenga unos lindos días. Shalom. Masalamati. And aloha. Cheers.